Coach Catfish here. Again. To talk to you. Thankfully, we had the bad weather last night. And it was nasty. It was very nasty. And all we could do is just sort of sit here because we don't have no tornado shelter here. And nobody invites us over to theirs. So we just join hands and say, y'all please protect us. Put your hands over us because we don't know if we got tornadoes or whatever's coming. Because the COP27, it said what it do. The earth can beat up on you. So there we are. Coach Catfish did watch the Ryan Hall. And you should always watch the Ryan Hall because he was trying to do a good job. And I took me some atmospheric sciences too. And I thought about being the weatherman. And I was on TV with the weatherman at one time. I shined an eclipse upon the sports stadium at NLU when it was NLU back in the day. So I was very interested in the weather. And last night, Monroe, into West Monroe, because they showed West Monroe, and I saw paper mill stuff. And the Coach Catfish misses all that stuff. I miss the Chenier. I miss the Duluth. I miss Washita. I miss the Moon Lake. I missed all them places out there. And I just hope the people, it's okay. Because when I look on Google Earth, I ain't seen so much growth in my whole life. Places where we duck hunted and fished and did what we did, they got houses around it, so I don't know what to say. Except, you have a good day, and I pray that y'all didn't get hit with no tornadoes last night, because the COP27 is going to beat the hell out of you, and you ain't going to get nothing out of it. Unless you sue your insurance company if you got one. Anyway, Coach Catfish having trouble. I'm sorry. The boy decided to hang around again today. And he said he's going to be very still and just not bother anything. He ain't going to run off and do anything strange. He seems to be doing good since he got back from the wherever he was. I think he was somewhere in the barn on the floor. I think a coon carried him off or something. I'm not sure. He is a plastic lizard after all. But remember, even plastic lizards can have the Pinocchio syndrome. They want to be a real whatever the hell they are. Anyway, we're not here to talk about and rehash that. Hey, Pussycat. That Pussycat, I never know what that girl's going to do. She jumps up here and she does what she does. But we got a serious thing to talk about. I don't do that just for the hell of it. I do it trying to breathe. Now, I ain't going to stop it. It's real life. The green-eyed man with the black hair, he gave me a script. He said, Coach Catfish, you read the script, because this is what it say. You do the best you can with your limited language and your limited ability to speak. Like, anybody can understand what you say anyway. Anyway, here he is. Without a manual. Or is that without a manual? Or maybe the manual was a manual for life. Maybe that's why we have the strife. Anyway, Coach Catfish is going to try to get through here. Because, I don't have a whole lot of time for dealing with notes and stuff. They just hand me the script. Democracy and all other ocracies and isms are not signs of human evolutionary governance. I'm not sure what that means, but I assume it just means that all this stuff we got broke up here and the way we do ourselves is not a real sign of anything particularly good happening. Because evolution will take the strongest. And anyway, I got another pussycat coming in here. And what it is it is a symptom of systemic failure in cooperative, sentient, and holistic concerns. And I think that means that pretty much everybody just acts crazy. And they don't care about nothing particularly but maybe themselves. The individual is a nation. As the individual goes, so goes the nation. Would y'all stop that? Makes me think of Abraham. Hey, I'm gonna put me some pussycats out of here. The individual is a nation. As the individual goes, so goes the nation. The dependence on an evolutionary substrate as a model for our process has truncated the understanding of the Homo sapiens. I think what that means is if you lock yourself into one kind of archetypal module idea, then it just truncates every other possibility and you do not see the forest for the trees. Or the trees, would you stop that? Or the homos for the sapiens? I'm not sure what all that means, but the boy seems okay, but the cats are having a problem with all what I'm saying, but you know how the pussycats is. This conclusion may hinder a recovery from catastrophic events, bar the nature of the event. In other words, going down some specific perspective or some expertise could actually hinder the recovery if anything bad ever happened. And I think here's why. The decentralization of knowledge has created niche life. That's a strange thing. I think it means like niche life. I'm not sure what the niche is. The niche is like the itch. And then that rhymes with, well, life that is good, necessary, and desired. Impressed on a stable technological and ideological model. I don't know what the hell that means. Let me read it again. The decentralization of knowledge has created niche life. Life that is good, necessary, and desired. Impressed upon a stable technological and ideological model. Humanity as we know it now. Well, we sort of know it now. It assumes the evolutionary rise or ascendance of stable times. You know, some isostasis. Because, after all, we can do is go up, right? In our hubris. And I think what this here is saying is the idea, the concept of decentralization of knowledge about life itself, for the individual, for the nation, has created a creature that just lives in a niche. And if it's good if it's stable, the niche is stable. She's stable. And there's very hubris. Don't know what hubris, what that was. Was that a vehicle that came from one of them Soviet countries at one time? I'd drive a hubris, or whatever that was. Anyway, I ain't finished. The red-haired man with the purple eyes is looking at me funny. He's a new one. The history of time. I got a ton of page. I don't have no page turner. Kosher Catfish hands. That's a problem, so just hold on. Let me see. The history of time and decency is what all history cries. The race to the bottom? Be damned. Of reality, history, life, mercy, or any other human's consideration. I think what this means here is we ain't trying to ascend. We just trying to go to hell. I think it's just that simple. That simple. Be damned of what we actually say that may be good. Holistic. So the rise of human decentralization, specifically from environmental stresses, the big three: food, clothes, shelter, sex, ocracies, and Islams. And when an ocracy or Islam is in full swing, it can meet all them things. We see it today, it's called a check in various and southern parts of town. So it can meet them when it's in full swing. But then, oh, here it is. But at what expense to the individual, the nation, or the human family? Kosher Catfish just said, 8:53, there's your 16, there's your Shabbat. All this stuff you put together, and it's like, once we take the reliability off the individual, off of self, everything is naturally, through entropy, through division, through the release of energy, go to hell and go to a lower state of man, because a man got out of hand. Hallelujah. These people smart as hell. I like my lizard. Move, lizard. Move. See, he moves. He's moved. He got some life. The money we spent has been good. Kosher Catfish, out of here. I don't know who you are. And I'm not sure.